Okay, so this is a time for spiritual growth, and you seem to be doing a lot of introspection. You can see this little otter sitting in this little pool of water over here, thinking about things. So you're doing a lot of self-reflection and undergoing a lot of spiritual growth. And you seem to be asking for divine help and guidance as well at this particular time. So in the past, it seems like you've made some good friends, or somebody that you're with that is you have a very good friendship with, but you're longing for something better to come out of life as well. There is a need in the future to look at things with a different perspective. So maybe getting all the spiritual insight will give you that ability to look at things with a different perspective. And, if you are separated from your partner, this might just be a temporary situation rather than something long term. Okay, so the energies of the cards is the Knight of Rods. Now, this could be somebody coming in who's very, very energetic. It might be a fire sign person, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius coming into your arena. Maybe it's a very good friend, but it's some kind of energy that is very active. On the other hand, this could be that you are deciding to actually move on from wherever you are, maybe changing jobs, maybe moving on to a different place or relocating to start afresh. So this is an energy of movement, and it seems like you're taking the bull by the horns, so to speak, and trying to make some kind of movement, some kind of change. Like I said, it could be either movement or it could be a very energetic, fiery kind of person coming into your arena. We'll see what the cards are saying. So what's happening with you? You are still mourning the loss of this previous relationship that you've ended. It seems like, both of you have moved on now. You've got both of them standing outside the metro, the train station. It seems like whatever that ending was, it involved a third party situation. You've got somebody there. This person's emerged, and that caused the breakup within that relationship. It was a very troublesome relationship. There were a lot of burdens because this is the Ten of Rods. A lot of responsibilities, a lot of problems within the relationship in itself. But you seem to have decided to go your own separate ways. But you're still very, very upset about it. You've got the Five of Swords over here. You can see this man's got a bouquet of flowers or a bunch of flowers in his hand that's all mangled and mutilated. And most of it's falling into the water. It's almost like it's his last swan song kind of relationship. And you are in the middle of, you are recovering because you're on the bridge of trying to get over the situation. So you have taken those steps to walk away from that situation and recover. But you're still looking to that past, and you're still thinking about it, and you're still crying about it. You've got this hat sitting on the railings over here. And it seems like, sometimes, you can't get your thoughts together because you're still thinking, or you're still stuck in that past. What happened, and you're shocked, or you can't seem to get over it at the moment. So you're still crying, or you're still grieving over it, whatever happened. And you do feel very betrayed because these flowers, you feel like you offered your love and it was rejected. It wasn't only rejected, it was destroyed almost. So you're still trying to get over it right now. So in the past year or so, you have had people come up to you and make offers, been asking you out on maybe invitations, but this woman is sitting. So it seems like, you've decided not to actually accept these offers. So even though you've had people ask you out, it seems like you're not moving at this particular moment. You're staying, there. You're not really accepting these offers, and you're not willing to move on just yet. You're being very, very sufficient. That's the word. You're being very self-sufficient. You can see there's this tower. You prefer to be lonely. Even though there may be messages, maybe they're calling you, maybe they're sending you emails, you are remaining aloof from the situation. And even the cat, it's talking about remaining aloof. You're happy in your own company. So in the last 3 months, it's been the Wheel of Fortune has come in. So things are starting to change. Things are starting to move. Maybe there is this relationship coming in here. Maybe somebody has been very persistent and trying to get you to go out with them. Maybe it's a very sexual relationship. You've got the rod over here. Maybe there's some sexual attraction. Maybe it's mutual. So it seems like maybe somebody's come in. Maybe you've been going out a little bit, and the relationship is quite a sexually based relationship. So what you've been thinking about, you've got the Seven of Swords over here. So, you've been thinking about all this betrayal that has happened. The Seven of Swords is a card of deception, but it's also a card that things have been revealed to you. Now, at the moment, you are feeling very lonely, very isolated. It seems like the people that you thought who were your friends have almost abandoned you, or have abandoned you and have left you quite alone and quite isolated. And also, you are isolating yourself from people. You don't really want to engage in them. You're keeping up that ice princess stance where you are not really engaging in people. Maybe you're worried about what they're thinking or what they're saying, but you're not getting out there. You're not socializing much. So what's going on in the future? So it seems like this third party situation is still something that worries you, or you're still there are elements of it. Maybe you're still interacting a little bit with your partner or a previous partner, and there's still some disputes and arguments going on around. You've got the Five of Cups over here. So there was a third-party situation that happened. Seems like this person was, maybe playing both sides, and one found out about the other. And, you're still, that energy is still around you. You're still having to interact with that energy. With the Five of Cups, it's a lot of disappointment, mourning the loss. But in this deck, it's about fighting, and that's still in the air. You still haven't. Maybe that relationship is still, something that you have to deal with, or something that there's some elements of it. Maybe you'll share children together, but there's something where you are still connected to this person. And so this third-party situation still is there, that you still have to be dealing with that third-party situation at the moment. So what's happening with you? You are focusing a lot on your money, and you're trying to accumulate your wealth, and you're trying to just, whatever you're working on, you're working very hard. You're investing a lot of your time and your energy in that field of trying to work and get over the situation. And you're rushing around. It seems like you're very busy. You're juggling things. You can see she's running after the money. So you're actually working very, very hard to try and get things done. You're trying to build a future for yourself. Even though it's very difficult, you can see this building is almost broken still. So, whatever you're doing, you're working hard to try and build it up, recover from whatever losses you had. It seems like with this ending of the relationship, there was a lot of financial loss. So you're running around, still very busy, very focused on that work. It doesn't seem like, you have the time to get involved in a relationship, because you're trying to recover from what happened. And what's going on around you, it seems like, there was that relationship that you came out of was, it appeared as though it was, something that you were very financially dependent on. And you also depended on this person. So it seems like you came out of a very codependent relationship. Excuse me. Not only materialistically, but also emotionally and materialistically. And it seems like that person did a lot for you, and you're still maybe getting over, or trying to get over that kind of relationship. Everybody, this is what people saw around you. They saw that this person that you were with, they did everything. They looked after you very financially, materialistically. They did everything, really. And they thought it was a really good relationship, but obviously there were a lot of problems within the relationship. But this is what the world saw. They thought that you were happy, and this is not what it turned out to be at all. Maybe you were, until this third person came in. So, and now this is what you're doing. You're trying to get back to that status. Now you want to start afresh. You've got the Fool card over here in your hopes and fears. And it seems as though, you want to start everything brand new. You want to take that leap of faith. You want to just go for it, and you want to do something completely different. Maybe you want to do some traveling, see the world, but you want to be your own person, and, you're not, you want to do it by yourself. You don't really care to have anybody around you. So it seems like you want to do things, and you want to do it in style as well. So going to the future, you've got the King of Rods over here, the Queen of Swords over here, and the Three of Pentacles. So this might have been your previous partner that you were dealing with, and you're now seeing them for who they are. You are still interacting with them because they are pitching up in your reading here as somebody who is, the King of Rods is a very professional person, a businessman probably, high on the top, somebody who doesn't really care, who doesn't really, you can see this man standing over there, sitting on his throne, smoking his pipe, and he doesn't really give pence, 2 pence about anybody. So, this is how you're seeing this person. They're around, their energy is around, but they're not really helping you out anymore, and they're almost standing over there just letting you get on with things, but not really. Maybe they're a bit of a bully as well, but they're not somebody that you can actually depend on anymore. And they're not really even, they're influencing, but, they're not really even helping you out. So this is the energy that's there. It's almost a detached energy, but it's a very strong energy. And it seems like this is the type of person that you were involved with. And you are coming across as the Queen of Swords here. So you're both sitting, so both of you are not making any moves to make any kind of reconciliation. So this relationship is completely over, it seems. You'll have both gone your separate ways, and you'll are both establishing yourself in your separate fields. But you are very, very hurt, and you're coming across as very, very cold. Somebody who really is not going to be putting up with anybody else's crap anymore. You can see there's a lot of swords in this woman's back, so you feel very betrayed by what happened. And it seems like, you're not allowing anybody to come close to you. You've got the sword laid out in front of you. It's almost as though you're saying, if you come near me, I will sort you out kind of situation. So you're coming across as somebody who is not really very approachable as far as, starting off a new relationship or even getting involved with anybody again. So, you're standing your ground. You are, you're very standoffish. Nobody should come near you. And you are in a position of authority. Whatever you're doing and whatever work you're doing, you're in a position of authority, but you're not letting anybody come close to you. You're saying whatever you need to say, and you're being very, very blunt about everything that you've got to say, or in this case with the Queen of Swords, very, very sharp about what you say, and you're not allowing people to come close to you. And this is because you've been pretty hurt by what had happened. The Queen of Swords is usually a person that's divorced or a single person, and they've been through the mill. They've had a lot of heartbreak. And now, they're not going to stand for anything anymore. So this person over here that you were with also seems to be have that attitude. They also seem to have that kind of energy where they're not letting people come too close to them, and they're not very romantic. The King of Rods is not romantic, and they're not soft. So they come across almost as a hard person, almost opposite to what you're coming across as being very cold, and they're coming across as being very hard. So you're not letting anybody close to you. Maybe you're just getting over the situation, and this is why you're just not letting anybody get too close to you. And you're very, very focused on your work right now. You've got the Three of Pentacles. This is where all your concentration is. And you can see here with the Seven of Pentacles, this is what your focus is. So you've got a lot of people that admire whatever you're doing at work. But there's also kind of, there are also people that admire you from a, they're attracted to you kind of point of view. Because you see this man's taken his top off. A lot of these women are looking at him, for his physique, as opposed to the fact, and that he's strong and working on these rings as well. But, they're admiring him from not only the fact that he's strong, that he can do the work, but also the fact that he looks so good. So, people are admiring you from that point of view as well. So you've got all these secret admirers going on around you, and you are really not even interested in them, because you can see this man's hand, he's got his head down and he's concentrating on these rings, trying to, break them apart. And you're really concentrating on showing people that you can do this job that you're doing, and you can do it well. And so that is where your focus seems to be. So it doesn't seem to be on any kind of relationship at the moment. You seem to be still getting over or recovering from what had happened. Maybe there are still some energies from this past relationship that are bleeding into the present. This third party situation is still bothering you because you are still upset about it with this Five of Swords over here. And you're still getting over this relationship. You want to make a brand new start. And that's what you hope to do. But, with the Queen of Swords, she's just sitting down. So you haven't made any attempt to start a new relationship either. You're just waiting. It seems like you're in a phase that you're waiting for things to happen. And while you're waiting, you seem to be concentrating on your work, and that is your focus. You don't seem to be interested in actually, engaging in anybody. So this Knight of Swords, this Knight of Rods could well be just you wanting to move on. Change or relocate or do something else, or maybe do some traveling. And this might be the case that you just want to travel, move away, and start something brand new. And that's your energy, as opposed to it being somebody that wants to come in. So at the moment, you are recovering and getting over things, and maybe just getting your thoughts together, establishing yourself in your work, and not really focusing that much on any kind of relationship. So I'm just going to draw some cards from this Power Tarot, and this is for the Oracle read. So you've got this Knight of Gabriel here again, and this is the same as this Knight of Rods, and it says, time to take action, great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing what to do. So it looks like you might be doing some traveling with this card, and you are moving on. There's something that you need to act on, but it looks like you are moving to the future, and with this you might be relocating or doing some international traveling with regards to your work. So that is probably what's coming up for you soon, since it's both in the main spread and the Oracle spread. You've got the Ace of Raphael over here. So this is a healing card. So healing is coming in for you. A positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. So, this might be a new relationship coming in, and this Knight of Gabriel is saying that, you need to take action. Maybe you need to embrace this new relationship. So this energy in itself might be somebody coming in for you, and it's going to be in a beginning of a brand new relationship, and you need to take actions. That, or you might well be moving on and meeting a whole group of different people, and this in itself is going to cause some healing. So there are two possibilities. One, that it could be somebody actually coming in for you and you starting a new relationship with them, or it could just be that you're going to be doing some traveling and healing from that. This one says, according to the Oracle read, it says that it is a new emotional experience, and it's probably a romantic relationship. So the Five of Michael says, this situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. So the Five of Michael is like the Five of Swords, which is saying that you are still stuck in this Five of Swords energy, even in the main read. That seems to be the first card that was drawn, where you're still crying about what had happened, and you actually do need to move on from that feelings, those emotions. You need to abandon them and detach from them and move on. And the only way that you can bring in this new energy and this new healing, or even a new relationship, is actually to completely let go of the past and walk away from it. The Five of Swords always advises that you can't remedy the situation. You've got to just turn your back, cut your losses, and go. And this is, you can see this, the sun rising over here. So you have to see it as the dawning of a new day. So you have to abandon whatever happened and just cut your losses and move away from it. And then you will bring in these two energies of the Knight of Gabriel, or the Knight of Rods, which is a very fiery energy. And this will lead to healing, or it will lead to a new relationship. You've got two dolphins over here. So if this is a new relationship, then both of you will be very intellectually matched, and you will get along pretty well. So it'll be bringing on a lot of healing. So it's very important for you to, this is the end of an old year. So cut out what happened during this year. Think positively. Abandon it. Don't take on these energies into the new year. And in that way, you will heal for the new year. And something new will come in, and something more beautiful, because the Ace of Raphael is a very beautiful card. It's talking about emotional fulfillment, and it'll bring in, it's usually a gift from the universe to you, an emotional gift. So you have to allow those energies to move in. So stop crying about what happened in the past and walk away from it.